different. It's definitely not dead. But what software, like how you create it, how you're going to use it, how much you're going to have written for you each time you need it versus how much you'll want sort of a consistent UX. Yeah. That's all going to change. There have been a number of these like big sell-offs of SaaS stocks over the last few years as these models have rolled out. I expect there will continue to be more. I expect there will be big booms in software. I think it's just going to be volatile for a while as people figure out what this looks like. The statement that someone said to me that has stuck in my mind most these last couple of weeks is that every company is an API company now, whether they want to be or not. Oh, yeah.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments, man. Back with another video. And to all of my subscribers, my 997, I salute y'all. I appreciate y'all. But in today's video, we got to talk about why it's time to go all in on these AI tools, man. I feel like the biggest opportunity for the average person right now is to start spending between $100 and $300 a month on AI tools and use those tools to create things that are worth way more than $100 to $300 a month. I see this as the biggest opportunity, and I also see this as one of the things that's going to separate the haves from the have-nots. And in this video, we're going to talk about why. So, I don't know, a lot of you guys are new. A lot of you guys haven't watched my channel, but I originally came up because in 2022 and 2023, I bought a share of Palantir almost every single day, especially in 2023. I bought a share of Palantir between 1 and 3 every day, 5 days a week, that entire year. That's how I ended up with so many shares. And that's why I started this channel, because I had built up a lot of shares and I wanted to talk about it. I saw that opportunity because I saw where AI was going. I felt like Palantir was going to be one of the control surfaces of AI. We had already invested in NVIDIA, but NVIDIA took off way faster, so we didn't have like that full year to buy it at a certain price like we did with Palantir. I bought most of my shares between $7 and $20. I did buy shares above that, but I was kind of more so doing that off gains from options versus my actual job. Like I actually worked 70 hours a week, 7 days a week to buy my original Palantir shares. And I say that to say these days in 2026, I don't see that opportunity anymore. That's why you guys don't necessarily see the Palantir YOLO updates anymore, because I don't see any single stock that people haven't noticed yet where it makes sense to go load up, buy it every day, go overweight. I don't see that opportunity right now. I see stocks like NVIDIA and Palantir that are already at all-time highs or near that or coming down. I see a reason to dollar cost average into these things. I see the Mag 7 dollar cost average into that. Bitcoin's dropping. You could dollar cost average into that. But I don't see an opportunity to go hand over fist into some shit. You see what I'm saying? So what I think the new opportunity to go hand over fist in would be these AI tools. Like I was recently listening to one of my haters. He sent a sub, I'm pretty sure it's a subliminal diss, talking about how anyone could talk to ChatGPT, talking about the difference between builders and users, thinking I'm a user, like I haven't been doing this stuff for like over a year. But I'm pretty deep in the game. I actually do be building things. I actually have an app in this description of this video. You know, it's not a tool for finance. It's a chef tool. It helps you take pictures of your food and find recipes. Anyone want to check it out, let me know what you think. But what people are understanding right now, the average person who's late on these things, they're just now using ChatGPT, just now discovering the power of it. I don't even know if they're paying $20 a month yet. You can see it because you can see the output. A lot of people have these generic speeches from ChatGPT, and I could tell they're talking to the basic ChatGPT, not an agent. They're not talking to anything with any type of prompt about itself. So at this point in the game, it's a lot deeper than that. It's not just about ChatGPT. My full AI stack at this point, if I can remember all the tools, would be ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, Manus AI, N8N, Replit, Cursor, Claude Code, even though that's Claude, HeyGen, 11 Labs, and I'm thinking about putting a video tool in there for like $150 a month, replacing HeyGen. I might be missing one or two. What I'm saying is the AI tools are starting to cost some money. Like, I was spending $200 a month. It's getting to the point where I might have to go up to $300 and $400 plus a month, because what's going on right now is access to a laptop is now separation rich and poor. Access to pay for these tools. Do you make enough money to be able to afford to pay $400 a month if necessary, $500 a month, $300 a month if necessary? These are the new things that separate the rich from the poor. And I'm making this announcement because a lot of people aren't going to understand this. And a lot of people are going to feel like it's a waste of money. A lot of people who feel like you come up by being extremely frugal aren't going to understand why I'm saying this. But what I'll tell people is these tools give you the ability to create things that are worth way more than they cost. They give you the ability to create products and services. So if you're not paying for them, you're gonna, left behind isn't even the word. You're just gonna be out the game. Like, I was recently using Opus 4.6. Way better than the 4.5. It just dropped a day or two ago. Normally, I do my vibe coding either in Replit or I use Claude Code, sometimes Cursor. And now that they've come out with 4.6, it's blowing Replit out the water. Not that I'm not going to still use that, but it's blowing Replit out the water. But it costs more. I was on a $20 a month Claude plan, but I hit the limits almost immediately when I'm coding with 4.6. So now I got to upgrade to the max plan, which costs more money. But the reason I have to do it is because what I'm going to do, not use agent swarms. They have agent swarms and agent teams. You can have one agent design your app, one agent work on the UI, the way it looks. I can have another agent work on the back end. I can have another agent work on the features all at the same time. My only other option, other than paying these people, would just be to do it the slow way and get circles ran around me by the people who are more ahead, more advanced, are willing to spend the resources. So that's why I tell people, now is not the time to be cheap. I heard someone say that they're not gonna do anything for the next 2-3 years. They're just gonna, invest in what they can and save and ignore everything. I would not advise that at all, because in 2-3 years, upward mobility might be gone. So whatever you got in 2-3 years, you might be stuck with it. So, I'm advising everybody, go all in on these AI tools. Go all in on this AI learning, because these things are brand new. Nobody's using them yet. Businesses are starting to use them, but they need people to implement them correctly. There is an entire gold rush going on out here. And if you don't take heed and just suck it up and spend the money, you're going to regret it in a year or two, because you're going to want to spend the money then. But by then, the game's going to be so sold up, you're going to be fighting a more uphill battle. I talk like this because if you're watching my channel and you're not a hater and you're actually listening to what I'm saying instead of just hating on me, I'm trying to make everybody early adopters out here. Because in this AI game, the early adopters are going to take the lion's share of everything in this. Like, we see it with the frontier model companies. Like, it's already at the point where, of course, I'm not smart enough to do that, but we're already at the point where even if someone had the money, the resources, and the knowledge, it would not even make sense to make a competitor to ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude, because they're so locked in. They got so much money invested, billions of dollars, almost $1 trillion invested in these type of things. So even if you were to make something, you don't have the inference, you don't have the compute, you don't have what it takes to really compete with them. And I see that going deeper and deeper, further downstream into the AI game. Like right now in the stock market, the AI, a lot of the software stocks crash because they feel like people are going to be able to vibe code similar solutions, take part of these companies' market share. Now that hasn't even happened yet. But what people aren't understanding is the ones who are deep in AI now, the ones that are using the moat books of the world, the Claude codes of the world, they're going to be the ones to implement these solutions. And everybody else isn't going to figure out until it's too late. So that's why I would tell people, whatever they do, get involved with these tools, man. Get involved with these tools, because these are the new skills. It's not getting a degree necessarily anymore. It's not opening a storefront business. It's understanding online business. Because, like, I was listening to someone with an old school mindset say, oh, it's not a real business unless it has a storefront. And what they're not understanding, business moved from the storefronts to the cloud almost a decade ago. I would go as far as to say, if your business isn't being run off the cloud and in the future off somebody's API, your profit margins are low as hell. Like the traditional business, you might be dealing with what, a 10-20% profit margin at best. If you're in the SaaS game, they're talking 60 to 80%, and that's lower because of AI. Before AI, I think it was 80+% the profit margin on making a SaaS. These days it's down to 60, but that's still way better than a traditional business. And another thing that people aren't reading between the lines on is right now, okay, we lost 108,000 jobs, I believe, while only adding 5,000. That's a sign that AI is picking up in and of itself. But everybody's so worried about that headline. What they really need to be looking at is, while all this is happening, the AI has made the cost of starting a business lower than it's ever been. Like, you can start a business for $200 a month, $300 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 total. Like, you can start businesses so cheap right now if you understand what's going on. But if you've been like running your mouth, ignoring AI, doing this for the past year, you wouldn't even understand that at this point. Because Sam Altman said something real the other day. They asked him, is software dead because of what's going on with the vibe code and the sell-off? Sam Altman was suspiciously calm about this. He said, and I ain't gonna say and I quote, but Sam Altman says software is not dead, but it's gonna be very different. Every company is finna be an API company. And it's things like that that the people like me, the early adopters, and the people who have been in computer programming know exactly what that means, but the general public does not know exactly what that means. So, long story short, point of this video, man, go all in on AI, man. Learn as much as you can. You're not late yet. 2026, I wouldn't say anyone's late if they just started learning in 2026. You're a little late, but you're not so late that it's a problem. You see what I'm saying? Like, I would hate to have to be learning AI from scratch right now because there's so much going on and so much is being sold and built, but you still have time. I would honestly say 2026 is your last chance to learn AI and still even be sort of an early adopter. Anyone who's just learning this stuff in 2027, 2028, 2029, it's just going to be an uphill battle. Half the stuff is going to be sold up. People aren't going to be able to make money as easy. For all we know, half these tools might even cost more by then. So I want everybody to just, take advantage of it now, man, because the time is now, the opportunity is now. We don't got much longer. It's your boy Steve from Printing Gang Investments. I'm going to see y'all next video.